Excuse me. What in the world are you thinking?
Mean Gene, the first thing you need to do is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I gotta say.
Nothing like a gas station, a hot dog to cure the itch of hunger and everything like that. I don't know why I started off the podcast that way, but I just got a hot dog after watching AEW's Dynamite 200, August 2nd, 2023. Tony Taz, Excalibur. Oh my goodness, man, that hot dog was so good. It's on my brain. You're like, what's going on? Well, it's the New World Podcast, brother. Provided to you by a Paper Saber universe. I am KMB, the Sexy Ninja. I'm jacked. We're in Tampa, Florida. And I gotta say, this was the best almost 2 hours spent on a professional wrestling show. Also a show that is dedicated to the 200th episode. And they went OG with the entrance. Man, it's been 200 episodes of Dynamite, and I didn't really start covering Dynamite until, I believe, Full Gear last year. Like, when I really hardcore, fell in with this season 4 of the New World Podcast, and ever since then, I've been the skeptic. I've been you can find podcasts and episodes, old ones and all that, where I was talking shit about AEW. There's things in AEW I didn't like. But now I'm drinking the Kool-Aid, and I sat here for this show. And man, it was so fucking good. Chris Jericho and Takeshita versus Sammy Guevara and Daniel Garcia. Awesome match, man. Jericho, Takeshita for the win. But Don Callis helped. The level of what we're trying to do here with Jericho and the Jericho Appreciation Society, everything imploding inside, but also in a great match to start the show. And, they're showing highlights from all these Dynamites and stuff like that. And what's funny is I bought season 1 in quotations of AEW Dynamite on YouTube, and I've still been meaning to go back to watch that very first episode of Dynamite. It's all queued up and stuff like that, but with everything going on and all the wrestling in the world, this was a fun show. Tony Khan comes on and he says thank you to everybody. Thank you for watching Dynamite 200 episodes, and here's the 200 more, basically. Celebration package, and man, you gotta think, all the highlights and stuff like that. I didn't watch any of Dynamite some here and there during the pandemic and stuff like that, but not really following. I would tune in and out. I've covered certain shows here and there. Blood and Guts, I remember I did, but I'm not as hardcore as I was, or not as hardcore as I am now. And now I'm looking back, I'm man, I've been following AEW hardcore, and I'm part of this this little world now, and it was really cool to see the celebration and seeing 200 episodes go by your eyes and all the future, And I like that every person that came to the ring, they showed highlights throughout the few years that Dynamite's been on, and it's really cool. Renee's backstage with Jericho. Daddy Magic comes up and says, "Hey, mandatory JAS meeting next week. We're gonna find out what's going on with you, and we need to talk." Jericho. So Jericho didn't say nothing. He walks away from Renee. We have Jack Perry and Jack Perry in the ring with Tony. He calls out Jerry Lynn. He's I'm going to beat that ass and whatnot. Jerry Lynn comes out. He's yo, I would love to whoop your ass, but man, the screws, nuts, and bolts in my body, and there's no doctor in this world that will clear me. I was oh, thank God. I didn't want to see Jerry Lynn and him get into it, but a surprise. Jerry got the old telly, and he gave a call to the man, RVD, Rob Van Dam, showed up, and he's going to face Jack next week for that FTW championship. I was holy shit. And I will say this, okay, to anybody out there, okay, I'm not going to say names. So I watch these shows generally every morning, the day after, because of the day job. And so last night, I have two phones. I have a phone for work, and I have my work phone, and I have a personal phone. And usually my work phone's always on me at work just because it's my work phone. I leave my personal one upstairs, and I check it every once in a while when I get the chance. So this person, and if he's listening, I hope you listen good. I went up and I grabbed my phone just to check it real quick, my personal one, and I looked, and it just says, no, RVD went to the dark side, and I automatically knew. I text this person back. I was like, fucking spoilers, man. I avoid this shit like the plague, you know, and this person who knows better that I don't like being spoiled. I want to be in the moment of these things. But he did this. Yes. And really pissed me off. I was like, oh, and he's going to the dark side. Shut the fuck up. You know, I was that guy at one point. You know, I was that guy. I was like, oh my God, now I'm just enjoying it for what it is. And I'm glad that RVD is now in AEW and he's going to face Jack Perry for the FTW championship and whoop that ass. Whoop the jungle out of him. Now, next match, anything goes match. Penta versus Trent versus John. Oh my goodness, this was a brutal match. We had thumbtacks, we had barbed wire we had barbed wire, we had tables, anything you can think of. These three just went at it, and Trent won. I was like, yes, best friends, hugging it out. Oh, but here comes the Blackpool Combat Club, but here comes Chuck and Orange taking them on. They're fighting, and then at the end, Chuck picks up the mic and he says, look, Rampage, Blackpool Combat Club, best friends, parking lot brawl. I was like, oh shit, let's do it on Rampage. And I really feel like they're ramping up this week because we got SummerSlam this Saturday, and I have a feeling on something that I wanted to speak on just real quick. In the documentary for Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare becoming Cody Rhodes, Triple H said AEW is a secondary company. So, it's his words. And Tony took that personal, said, I know Cody didn't say that, but we're not a secondary company. And I feel like this week he got so fucking motivated. Booking, making things happen. He put together a fantastic show, and I think just to say, fuck you. We're not a secondary company. We got All In coming up. We're going to be in Wembley Stadium, and, I feel like this show was this answer to what Triple H said on that documentary. And good for Tony. Good for Tony, man. We have Renee backstage with RVD. This is where he challenged Jack and everything like that. Then we have an MJF promo, really great, really personal, talking about being bullied, kids throwing quarters at him, calling him saying, pick it up, Jew boy, all this stuff he's dealt with in his life. And he says, but I'm still a scumbag, but can I be your scumbag? And then we got Be Our Scumbag Chance. Oh, man, I was touched by this MJF promo, and he calls out, he says, this person made me feel somewhat of a better person, pretty much. Adam Cole comes out, and he's 356 days as champ. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. I can't believe, 256, sorry. That's a long time, for him to be champ, but his reign is supreme. Calls out Adam Cole, and he tells Adam Cole, look, I was thinking about how I told you would get a shot at the Triple B. I don't think you deserve that match. Not just any match, though. Then he gets the contract. He says, you deserve the match. So it's going to be Adam Cole, MJF at All In August 27th. And I'm like, oh, my God, yes. And no turn. So what's, now I'm very curious about the build here. They hugged it out, and it's going to be two best friends going at it at All In. And now I'm just wondering, what is MJF plan? Or are we going to have Adam Cole turn on MJF? So, but, and I really did enjoy this segment. It just made me get hyped for All In, and it's just a month away. So we're starting this month off right. We got SummerSlam, then we got All In, and in between, and I just got a promotion at my job. I'm moving up to a management status, and I'm just like, man, life is good. Life is good. But the best part about this whole thing was Roger Strong's backstage. He's getting mad. He's losing his shit. He's like, my best friend Adam Cole was stolen from me. That's right. And the Kingdom come up. They're like, hey, man, calm down. Like, goddamn. Next match, The Elite versus Jeff Jarrett, Jay Lethal, and Singh. This was a great match too, man. It's really cool spots, especially Kenny Omega getting the guitar, Karen getting sprayed in the face, the Hardys coming out, then Hangman Adam Page coming out, and all ending for the Elite to win. And they announced, this was already known before the show, they re-signed some contracts for AEW. Hangman tells them, here's the 200 more, and it was like, oh, okay. And I was thinking about it, losing the Elite would be a huge, huge, huge fail on Tony Khan's end. Like, the guys that helped create everything, I know Cody went back, but I think Cody went back for a reason. He went home, and how they were saying in the documentary, but the Elite belongs in All Elite Wrestling because it's in the name. So I'm glad that they're going to stay here. I'm glad we're going to get more, and here's to the Elite. And kiss. Mwah! Mwah! Chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. Mogul Embassy backstage promo. Then Swerve and AR Fox, they made a visit to Nick Wayne at his training, at the training facility, and they beat him down. I mean, bad. And Swerve hit him with a picture with his dad in it, and he left right there. I was like, you son of a bitch. And they called Darby, and Darby was like, yeah, this is just a taste of what's going to happen. You got to understand that Swerve and AR Fox, and I love the motivation behind it. Like, ever since AR Fox got signed, where was your phone call to him? Huh? Huh, Darby? You selfish son of a bitch. So a lot building here, and I like it. I like it a lot. Ring of Honor tag team title match. The tag team title's on the line by Aussie. Oi, oi. Oh, my boys are back. They're back together in the Ring of Honor tag team champions. They take on Vikingo and Commander. Whew. You talk about a banger. Hold on. I need to do something. Hold on. I love Aussie Open, and they took on Vikingo and Commander. There was some high spots. There was some awesomeness, and I'm talking about the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championship match. This was fun, man. This was really great. Crazy stuff with Vikingo and Commander, especially some double spots and everything like that. I was just like, I don't know, I'm like, oh my God, guys. I need some water. The show's been so good. Like, what? Give me some water, guys. We can't go up from here, right? Yes, we can, because the main event for the AEW Women's World Championship, Sheeta versus Storm, with the Outcasts on the outside, and my God, they had 15 minutes, but man, Sheeta, you deserve it. She is the new AEW World Women's Champion. Just nothing but love and respect to Sheeta, man, and her holding the company during the pandemic and stuff like that. And that's crazy, But beating Toni Storm is a huge win. Sheeta, holding that championship, I can see that she's getting emotional, tearing up and stuff like that. You deserve it. This match was, banger, bro. Banger, bro. The whole show was a banger. I can't even tell you my favorite match on this show. Everything delivered. I gotta say, in general, this whole show is my favorite. I give this a solid 6 out of 5. Yeah, I said it. 6 out of 5. How does that work? It just works, baby. All right. I'm getting overheated. Oosa. All right, 6 out of 5. Dynamite 200 in the bag. They're going to Columbus, Ohio next week. We got Rampage. We got a big Collision coming up. We got SummerSlam. Life is good, folks. Life is good if you're a professional wrestling fan right now. Now, like and subscribe. Share with your grandma. Share with the bum down at Walmart. Go to ProWrestlingTees.com/New World Podcast. Get that sweet nWp logo created by Penta X. Show some love. Show some respect, man. And remember this. And put your 2 Sweet sign up. Put your 2 Sweet sign up right goddamn now. Remember, the New World Podcast is for life, brother.
Shooter reverses the high stand.